I complete 22 years this 23rd, and these are a few things that I have learned which not a lot of people talk about. General life edition. Not everyone is your friend, but don't think of everyone as your enemy, as your competition. Be in your own lane. Oh my god, it started hurting. Do your own thing. You do not have to change your opinion, doubt your thoughts or your capability just because someone said so. People will comment, will there you will face backlash, and the reason for that is just going to be because they could not do it. Half of the times that is the reason. My YouTube is quite small. We are not even 200 currently. Whenever I mention to someone that I have a YouTube channel, the first question naturally is going to be, how many subscribers do you have, how many followers do you have? And when I mention that it's a very small um, a small community, a small audience, the first thing that they would do is laugh and be like, acha, sirf itna hi hai, to tu chalu kar le. Maybe you'll have more followers, maybe you'll have more subscribers, and maybe I would learn from your journey. What you are doing, continue to do. If you like it, continue. If you think that this is not for me, maybe stop for some time, see how you feel about it when it's not there in your life anymore, and then you can continue. There is absolutely no problem. You started doing something that you were thinking of doing. That is an accomplishment in itself. All these Amazon compilation, Amazon must haves, Misho finds, all of these things that you see, you don't really need them. These people don't really use them. A few of these people do not even try them on and show you what they look like. And the people who do generally don't get rid of the tags so that they can return them. You do not need to buy everything just because you like it. Not a lot of people realize this, but this is promoting overconsumption. You do not need to buy clothes every weekend. It's not a flex when you say that I don't really repeat my clothes. The shirt that you see me wearing today, I'm not going to be wearing it ever again. So this is the first and the last time you'll be seeing me wearing this t-shirt. That's not really a flex. This is overconsumption, unnecessary, and not sustainable in general. While we're talking about all these recommendations, let's talk about beauty influencers as well. Now, anyone who calls themselves influencers, you need to be aware of. But especially when it comes to beauty and lifestyle related content, especially on Instagram and YouTube, the recommendations you really need to think before you actually buy them. This is coming from someone who's been doing her own makeup since I don't even know what. 8 years now, and I have bought stuff from just watching a few people who have decent following on Instagram and YouTube rave about it. All the dupes that you see of Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk or Ruby Woo from MAC, yeah, no, they are not. They are not. We need to think. For people who make funny faces when they're just putting on a sunscreen, we need to think if we can take their opinions seriously. Beauty and wellness in general is something that you need to go to an expert before you apply it on in your life in general. So if you want to know a skincare product is going to work for you or not, better go to a dermat and ask them to recommend you stuff that's going to be cheaper and it's going to be better for you. The entire recommendation and everything is very, very messed up. A lot of influencers, a lot of content creators, a lot of creators in general, the budding ones, just want to create content, just want to be having like huge followings so that they can be in the PR list and so that they can get free products. We really, really need to think what we are doing right now. And I, after say 4 or 5 years of consuming that kind of content, have come to a realization that what I initially thought about the product was how it performed on me. So I better not buy a peach corrector just because an influencer who's much more darker than me said that it was concealing her dark circles. Let your hobbies be your hobbies. There is no need for us to monetize every single thing that we are good at. Oh, you're good at painting, why don't you start selling it? Oh, you like dancing, why don't you take classes? There's no need. There are a few things that you do just for yourself because you like it, and that is it. You do not have to be good at painting or drawing for it to be your hobby. You do not need to know every single step to be known as a K-pop follower. There is no need for that. You can just chill, you can just relax when it comes to hobbies. If you start reconsidering if this person is your friend, they are not. They are not your friends anymore. Your friends are not supposed to make you feel insecure about your bond. If someone needs validation about a relationship with someone else, then maybe you need to think if there is a relationship to start with. Learn to be confident in what you have: the clothes, your height, your weight, your skin tone, your skin type, whatever it is. Be comfortable. A new thing that everyone is talking about currently is self love, and how it's important for you to know yourself better. It's also important for us to understand that self love is going to come from within. Just because there is some representation around our body type or our ethnicity, skin tone somewhere, is not the only way you are going to start loving yourself. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because after Hira Mandi was released and this particular scene went viral, everyone everyone that I know and my entire feed was just filled with, oh, now I feel represented. Now everyone knows that love handles, or I don't know what that's called, is sexy and everything. That woman is completely toned and sculpted, and that is not a normal body, right? A normal woman will have a belly if she has those handles most of the times. So if we feel like this, like Aditi Roy Hadri being in Hira Mandi and that scene being in that series is what is making us feel represented, maybe we have to work on ourselves. That is not how it's going to work. And after that, I also saw a lot of people tagging Nancy and saying that she made them feel confident about their collarbones. But just because your body was represented somewhere does not mean that that is when you'll start loving your body. We have to start doing that by ourselves. We do not need anyone else.
I know that this is a sensitive topic, so let me explain this further. I understand how important representation is when it comes to people of color and plus size body, especially in the mainstream media. While that is the need of the hour, we have to understand that when it comes to body positivity representation in the market, the bodies shown are the most perfect bodies, like I mentioned with Aditi Roy Hedri as well. The plus size models, they are so curvaceous, but they do not have a belly, which is impossible. They do not have double chins, which is also very difficult to believe. If this is the representation and this is the only source through which we are loving ourselves or feeling represented, then we are missing the point. And also with the skin tone, these women have the most even tone, even skin tone, which is very difficult to be born with naturally. Like, of course there are women like that, but it's not all of them. And when it comes to this kind of representation, there is a source of inclusivity which comes into play, which is kind of missing. So whatever happens, we are never going to look like them. So yeah, when we really have to look at ourselves and love ourselves, it's always better to have someone else looking like us. But if that is not happening, then it has to be us who we are loving and us representing ourselves.
If you consider that person who's talking to everyone, who is involved in everything, who knows everything and is joking around, is cool, is fun, run. That is not your friend. They do not have a spine. They are going to backstab you. And how? Run away as fast as you can. If you cannot take a joke on yourself, better not joke. It's not fun when we laugh on someone else's sake, and then when it comes back to us, we get mad. That's just plain nonsense. If you are one of those people, maybe try to rebuild yourself. That is the only thing that I would suggest. किसी और पे जोक करने में बहुत मजा आता है, बट जब भी खुद पे आता है, तभी if हमें चिढ़ आती है तो फिर इसको चिरकुट बोलते हैं. Don't be a चिरकुट. Be better. Being straightforward and being straight up rude are two different things. Generally, people who are like, I'm sorry, but I'm straightforward, I'm not trying to be rude, I'm not rude, but you are like this, that is called being rude, and that is not a flex. I do not know why we have kind of normalized this entire thing of being straightforward but extremely arrogant to the point where the person in front of you feels extremely violated. And I've been a person in the receiving end of this. I'm very straightforward, I'm not rude, and you would not realize that you are being insulted and degraded while it's happening, but once you sit down and think about it, you'll feel extremely bad and you'll feel stupid. And this usually happens with your closest friends. So be aware of who you surround yourself with. Life is very easy. Do not go around complicating things. It's okay if you don't have a lot of friends. I don't. I had 20 people who I used to call friends in my first year, and now I talk to like two, maximum three of them. And that is completely okay. That is how it's going to be. You be your own friend. Start with that. Start being comfortable in being alone. Go out alone, play music, dance around your house. Try and get as comfortable in your skin as possible, as comfortable being alone, and start enjoying your time alone. That is a superpower. It's always easy for us to go mingle with people, make friends and stuff, but are you able to be that happy when you are alone? Do you feel sad? Do you feel like you might cry if you are alone? Think, these are a few things which I've been thinking about recently. And as I turned 23, and with the अरे यार ये आगे ही नहीं बढ़ रहा है, so I'm filming this on 22nd, very close to my birthday. One second. And the Coldplay tickets are out. I'm trying to get my hands on them, but there are 3 lakh people in queue in uh, okay, just reduced by 1,000. So but yes, as I was saying, as I turned 23, I have been realizing that I am the kind of person who's going to talk with everyone, right? I'm the kind of person who likes to talk, likes to mingle around with people. And because you get habituated to being around people, it's difficult and it's very confusing when you are on your own. So these are a few things that I've been saying to myself as well, and that I've been learning how to do. Life is easy. We have been complicating it, we've been overthinking it, we includes myself as well. And the best way to deal with it is to journal. Write down your thoughts, write down your day, what you feel like. And you've met a lot of people today, say for example, and then what you learned from them. Like maybe like her posture was very good, his glasses I liked a lot, or say the way he was speaking I found it very manipulative or very obnoxious, or he's very pretentious, he's very rude, whatever it is, just write them down. Just get rid of all the load that your brain is carrying. Just why do you want to memorize shit when you can write it down, right? So yeah, just write it down. It's easier, trust me. When you write it down, you sleep better. That is it. Hey, it's my birthday tomorrow. Or maybe when I upload this, it might be past my birthday. But happy birthday to me. Bye bye. I was just packing this entire setup where I got a reel on my feed about the Pinterest. What is up with that also? We do not have a house where you can have Pinterest mood boards, Pinterest, क्या था वो? The dashboard, whatever that's called. We've been purchasing so many things just because we saw it on the internet, but then फिर वो हमारे घर पे बैठता ही नहीं है. It does not go with the entire vibe. There's not enough space. Wardrobe filled with clothes, but still we liked that one t-shirt we saw, or that one kurti set we saw a review person make and a like, and we decided to purchase it. But there's, you have a very similar dress lying around somewhere in the corner of your wardrobe. Open your wardrobe, check your cupboard, check your clothes, check your jewelry, check your scrunchies, go check them. There's enough. You already have enough of everything. You do not have to go out of the way to buy things just because you saw someone else buy it. Do you really want it? Do you really need it? Or do you want people to know that you have it? That is the question that you need to ask. purchasing every weekend. Again, I'm mentioning this again and again. Purchasing things every weekend, purchasing things that you don't need every time you go to the market, just because then you can't complain about not having enough money. Then you can't complain about not experiencing a few things because you don't have money. Because honey, your entire wardrobe is filled to the brim with clothes that you've not worn, and you keep on adding more to them. Learn to restrict yourself from purchasing things just because a 500 rupee kurti set is on 250 rupee on Misho does not mean that you're going to buy that kurti. Do you really need it? Think before you do all of that. Next time when you make a purchase, think before you do that. I have started doing that because now I've started earning my own money, right? इसके पहले तो मैं मम्मी पापा के पैसे पे थी. So when you actually start earning and when you actually start budgeting is when you realize the amount of nonsense spending that you've been doing. Note down every single rupee. Where is it going? 23 rupees का ऑटो था, 27 रुपीज हुआ, मेंशन दैट. मेंशन 27 rupees ऑटो में गया. Mention that you ate a sandwich for 150 rupees. Mention everything. Track down your habits. You'll get to know that this was nonsense, that I didn't really have to take an auto, or maybe I wanted to eat this sandwich but then it was not available, so because I wanted to eat a sandwich, I ate this. It's okay to spend money, but does it really make sense to purchase a 4,000 rupee eyeshadow palette just because you saw your cousin having that? Think. Okay, pakka wala bye. Bye bye.